Alright, today we're going to be changing the oil on a 2003 to 2009 V8 4Runner. This will also work for the V8 Tundras and basically any vehicle, but the point of this video is to show you where the drain pan is located and where the oil filter is located on these vehicles, as well as the entire procedure for changing the oil. What you're going to need: the owner's manual calls for 6.2 quarts of oil. So I've got a 5-quart thing right there and 1 quart right there, 5W30. The oil filter is a PH3614 from Walmart. There's a lot of oil filters that'll work. These are one of the cheaper ones that you can get at Walmart. I think the oil filter was about $3. And then a drain pan and a funnel. So go ahead and pop the hood of your vehicle. And once you got that done, I'll see you there. Now that you got the hood popped, go ahead and take off the cap for the where you put the oil in here and set that aside. Now we're going to go underneath the vehicle from the front. First you'll see the oil filter right there, and then come a little bit farther back to this hole in your skid plate here. I'm not sure how well this is going to pick up on the camera, but there's a hole in your skid plate with the bolt up inside there. There's the bolt right there, so go ahead and remove that. So make sure you've got your drain pan in place, and then this bolt is a 14 millimeter. Now the oil's draining out, give that about 5 minutes. While we're waiting for the oil to drain, I'm just going to give you a real quick tip. Get a little bit of oil on your finger before you put it on, not right now, but before you put this oil filter on, get some oil on your finger and put it around the seal here on your oil filter, and that's going to make it a lot easier to get off the next time you go to change your oil. Now that the majority of that oil has drained out, we're going to move up to the oil filter. Make sure you put your drain plug underneath it, as it will spill some oil, and just go ahead and remove that. Sometimes these things can be a pain to get off. If yours isn't coming off, they do sell big sockets that go over that to make it a little easier to get off. But go ahead and take that off now. So I've got it loosened now. I'm going to let that oil drain out so it doesn't make a mess, and then I'll remove it once it's done dripping. Now we're going to go ahead and put on the new oil filter with some oil around the rubber ring there, and then we're going to put the drain plug back in. Now that we've got the drain plug and the oil filter nice and tightened down, we're going to go ahead and add oil. Like I said, we're going to use 6.2 quarts of oil, and make sure your funnel's clean and just throw it right in that hole right there. Once you put all the oil in, put your cap back on, shut the hood, and you're good to go. Climb under your vehicle and make sure you don't have any oil dripping. Make sure your drain plug and your oil filter are tied down pretty good. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Here's a quick note for my Toyota 4-wheel drive subscribers. I ended up selling that solid axle swap 3rd gen 4Runner that I had because I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I'm going to head over to Colorado, northern Arizona, and maybe even California this summer and doing a lot of camping. So I wanted something that was a little bit more reliable on the highway, and I went with this 03 V8 4Runner. So far I've done a 3-inch suspension lift on it using, well, first of all, it had the X-Reese suspension system on it. So I was just going to do a spacer lift, and I wanted to replace the rear shock, so I had to replace the front ones as well. So I found some Tacoma struts on Craigslist and threw a spacer on top of that, and then I had some rough country shocks sitting around from an old 3rd gen that I had, and they bolted up perfectly to the rear. And then I got some Pro Comp 3-inch lift FJ springs for it as well. I'm going to probably do a 1.5-inch body lift on it as well. I got these cool TRD Rock Warrior wheels from a Tundra on Craigslist. So I'm going to get some 6-to-5 lug wheel adapters and throw those on here as well. So I'll probably do a video on this thing once I get the majority of that done. I've also got an eBay roof rack that I cut about 3 inches off of the height because it was just way too tall. It looks stupid. I've got my CB mounted up there with a little hook so I can put it down when I need to go in the garage. eBay light bar on it as well. But that's what I've got right now. I'm going to be doing a lot more work to it than I have so far. So I'll keep you guys posted on it.